Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream! Woohoo! Not only that, we are starting the final stages for the winter season today, and we're streaming it for the EU server. So first let's get some house cleaning out of the way. Basically, you can get rewards for watching this stream. You need to be, I'm actually gonna take you here first, but you need to be going to the portal. The portal link is pinned in my chat. You need to make sure that you are logged in, that you've accepted your cookies, and you need to make sure to click away the activation thing, which hits at 8 PM, basically CET. The timers will run until 10:10, so I will stream for at least that amount of time so that everyone can get the max amount of rewards. The timers stop automatically, so I will not have any influence on that. You're free to speak your own language in the chat as long as you're polite and civil, and just to reiterate, you can get rewards for watching this stream. You need to watch through the portal, make sure you're logged in, that you've got your cookies accepted, and that you activate the timer at 8 PM, which I will tell you, well, actually you will, there's a 3-minute delay, so you'll hear me say that with 3 minutes delay. But yeah, let's go into the room where we have Appa versus Aqua. And like I said, I'm really hyped for this. These teams are phenomenal, and just watching these sets happen is going to be epic. It is a double elimination thing, which means that anyone that loses once is not out yet. If you lose twice, then you're out of the tournament. But if I remember correctly, we are seeing someone leave the top 4 tonight, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we have the... Yeah, we should do. Not sure if we will see that. We have upper bracket, but there's like 2 matchups tonight, 2 matchups tomorrows, and then the grand final on Friday, which I will be commentating with the lovely Fujit, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. We have Aqua now ready with an 7 Steve, 2 E5s, Super Conqueror, and 2 60Ps for Alpenstadt. And on Appa's side, Appa and Aqua are going to be really difficult to hear when I'm saying them both. Oh my god. Not confusing at all. But yeah, Appa is ready with an IS7, a VG72, 2 Steves, an E5, and potentially 2 60Ps depending on what last readies up in. So yeah, like I said, I'm really hyped for this. This is basically like, I know I'm not playing, but I feel the pressure and I'm feeling it like in my stomach. And it's kind of like the same feeling that you would get just before you go down in a roller coaster or just before a big exam, that kind of stuff. I'm not even playing, but I'm excited and stressed and hyped for these teams. It's gonna be awesome. It's a very interesting top 4 to be sure. One of the, basically the known teams have been knocked out, several of them. So we have 2 teams here that we don't really know all that much. But yeah. OBS had a derp there, so hopefully all will be fine. Should be fine. Hopefully everyone thinks that they've had a little bit of an internet trouble, but oh god. OBS is having issues. This is not good. Hang on. It says that it's connecting again. But there you go, at least the game is working, so it should hopefully be fine. We are going into the... This is not hopeful. So yeah, we have Appa focusing on the base C side. But Aqua is doing the same thing. Really hoping that OBS holds now. And that it's not going to be derping around a lot. Both teams focused on the base C side might lead to an early brawl. Aqua getting spotted. Oh, Svinograd taking some big hits there. But they are pretty forwards. No one is capping base C. They're all holding. And they have to be careful not to get Cupolad. Ventium and Ghosty both taking a bit of hit there. And we have 4 tanks, 5 tanks stacked together now. And Appa is making use of that. They know that this is going to be tricky. KB taking some hits, lost, losing HP. And now we have Object 3 arriving at the back. Lots of HP being lost. Base B is being abandoned. The VK72 also coming in. KB very low on HP right now. Has to be careful to survive. Jennifer has lost a lot of HP as well. And they're pretty forwards here. Is still reloading. Does want to get those hits in. Has to be careful not to get... Oof, Zerd has 9 HP left to be exact. That shot, that was... Not sure if you saw that, but I think Object 3 actually caught that shot for Last. To make sure that he didn't get hit. Last is the first one gone. No, and actually Zerd is the first one gone. But there goes Vinograd and Last as well. They want to take out Jennifer. KB and Ender are both gone. There goes Jennifer. Ghosty has 71 HP. General is the only one looking relatively healthy. Oh, oof. There goes Object 3 with a bit of fire, which is helpful. But it is 3 of which are relatively healthy versus 3 very low HP tanks. Kitsune gets tracked there. Old School is gone, General is gone, and now it's just Ghosty. And the first match will be for Appa, and there's nothing they can do about it. Oh, just to say, by the way, the views dropping that much is honestly because of the portal activating. That always happens. I'm not worried about that. I'm only worried about OBS here. Also, my timer is not working, which is not helpful. Not sure what's up with that. But yeah, that's the first game up and over with a bit more stress than I'm comfortable with. Because of some internet issues here. And there we go, blue time is going up again. Not sure what is going on here, honestly. But hopefully everything... Oh god, it's going again. This is not the sort of stuff that I'm liking here. It keeps disconnecting and I do not know why. Totally not. It does connect again at least, but I'm not liking this at all. I'm glad that the game is holding. I'm definitely going to restart my internet before tomorrow. In the hope that things hold. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna do my best and that's all we can do. So now with 22 seconds left to go, Aqua is ready with an IS-7, a Steve, an E5, an IS-4, 2 60Bs and an LT versus the Super Conqueror, 3 60Bs, a VK72, an LT and a Steve. Managed to get that lineup just to get things in. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't do this too much. I've actually now put my iPad on my hotspot in the hope that that is not going to be derping around. Because my hotspot will be on my mobile internet. So all that should be good. Less load on the Wi-Fi connection point here. So fingers crossed that that all sorts it. And if that seems to be helping, then I'm definitely going to do that tomorrow as well. Anyway... We've got Appa heading again in the base C direction. Last going there as well. Where we have Svinograd going on to the other side. To have a quick look. Last might be going in for early spots here. Ooh, going in for an early cap here. That is cheeky. He does get spotted. He also spots people going towards C. He's using that building. He does not get... Oh no, he does lose a lot of HP for that actually. That would have been amazing if he managed to do that though. Zerd also loses some HP driving into base C. We have base A not unprotected because we have Ventium going over there. But he has been spotted so they know that he's there. Elmiri is getting shot at. But Aqua now has a base and that gives them a little bit of pressure. Ventium taking it. They know that Svinograd is there somewhere. They just don't know exactly where. Ventium is still spotted. Showing you the bird's eye view here. And now we have Kitsune going up the ramp and we have Ender responding to that. This is the thing, this is why it's useful still to have a tank there. Blind shots are happening. Svinograd is hightailing it out of there though. But that might make it tricky because Ander could be in danger there. Has to be careful. We have object 3 going underneath the bridge. Appa is taking base A, but there's like a 120 advantage to Aqua here. I just need to make sure that I pronounce it all very thoroughly and correctly here. And that's exactly at level 2. He just said that they got stuck in a hole last match. And that's kind of what happened. That's also why I always say when we play tours with my clan to not go into the ditches on canal. That being said, people like this can make those positions work. In this case, it didn't work in the end because Appa was basically pushing from every side, so they couldn't angle towards any specific location. But when you're a noob at tours like me, when playing tours that is, then basically what you want to do is to not get hit in, not get stuck in the ditch. There's a bit of bleeding going on, but still Aqua has a HP advantage, however slight. They're trying to take base B. They've actually positioned their tanks in a way that it's impossible for them to decamp base B. And there's nothing much they can do about it unless they get HE. No, that missed! Oh, he does take damage. That did get a reset, but it might cost him a lot of HP. And now with Elmiri also taking hits, but they do still reset Kitsune. However slightly. They need to reset both of them, and that's tricky. Lost an object 3 also losing a little bit of HP. Old School losing a lot. Has to be careful. Now we have KB moving in. He does take a big hit. They're leaving base B. We have Aqua pushing in, or at least KB pushing in. KB is in trouble. This might have been miscommunication because now there's 3 tanks shooting at KB and he's not going to survive that. That is the first gun gone. I'm not sure that that was meant to go that way. Ghosty not looking too healthy. Elmiri has been taken out. Old School also pulling back. We have Kitsune. Oof, big hits into General. Ghosty is almost gone. Object 3 is arriving to make him go away, and he does do that. Ander is gone. But there goes Jennifer. Base B is being capped. Old School is holding. And they want to take out the light tank. Big hits into Old School. They have to be careful. Kitsune is the preferred target. But now we have Zerd focusing on Uni. Oh, that was an HE derp. And Old School goes down. Kitsune is still alive. And they need Lost has been taken out. It is 3v3. But General is in a very tricky position. Has to not be there anymore. There's not much they can do about that. They can shoot Ventium. But next reload, General will be gone. He actually flips over the turret. And he goes down. And that shot not killing. Kitsune is gone. It is now 1v2. Svinograd getting told to not engage. To disengage and go around. And to find Kitsune. Kitsune is found. If he... Oh, he gets stuck against the corpse. Oh my god, if he gets that kill though. And he does. Base C is being stolen. But Aqua is at 950 points. They will get base B. He can then go to base A and cap it in safety because the 6 CP is not going to arrive there in time. What a game. Absolutely fantastic. 980 points. Svinograd taking the base for good measure, but he doesn't really need to anymore. Aqua has the game, but what a game it was. Oh my god. This could have gone either way, to be honest. And I think with KB pushing in the middle like that, that was miscommunication. At the same time, it had the desired effect though. It allowed them to take out Elmiri, which was like the biggest armor. Because Elmiri was focused on KB, while others got behind him. Well done. And now, it is 1-1 the score. And anything can still happen. honestly, guys, matches like this though, 1-1, no match points yet. It is the best of 7, meaning the first team that reaches 4 victories is the one that goes through to the upper bracket. But whoever loses this matchup is not out yet. And with just over a minute left to go, we now have Aqua ready with a nice 4, 2 Steves, 2 E5s, a 60p and an LT for Yukon. And Appa is taking a 2 Super Conquerors even, 3 Steves, an E5 and an LT. And let's have a look. I'm not a big a fan of the Steve being such a... It's of course a Street Dragon K that I'm talking about. But Steve being such a meta tank, I'm not a fan of that. I do get wargaming, selling tanks and everything, but I'm not a fan when a meta tank is basically... it's not pay to win, because it's not OP at all. But when a pay to get tank is meta, then that puts people at a disadvantage if they can't dish out money. And yes, there will be alternatives and everything, but you see how effective these are. So let's go. Third game. Most of Appa sporting the Appa avatar. Yukon map with 4 bases, one of my more favorite maps to play on. Actually, I like most of the 4 bases maps aside from Hillsdorf. So we have Lost, sporting the boss mode camo on the LT, meandering through his teammates on the way to base C here. Whereas on the other side, Svinograd is not even going for the cap. He's going a bit more forwards to spot people. And he might just do that, but he has to be careful because there's a lot of firepower coming in the middle. Uni manages to not take any damage for that, just gets tracked. Base B has been capped. Base D is going to get capped. And that might make Ghosty drop into base A. To keep the points as even as possible, and then it will all depend on like 1 or 2 kills. So we have Aqua holding in the middle. Keeping their base here. Looking both ways. C and D are Appas, A and B are Aquas. We have Elmiri at the waterfalls. Uni Yennefer in the middle here. Zerd has been spotted. Yennefer is taking a tiny bit of damage, but it's honestly not much. There's about 1 shot of damage in between the teams right now. Uni now getting pushed by Ender, who is taking some hits back. I'm not sure he was meant to do that. KB arriving there as well. That shot not going in, but he was also a little bit over angled, so he does take a shot for that. And now we have Ghosty being pushed. Aqua needs to respond. They have to push themselves. Ghosty is not going to be long for this world. He is going after Ventium, but he's losing HP very quickly versus 3 tanks, and there's nothing he can do about that. Last is arriving. Takes him out with a fire. Ander is almost gone. Very aggressive gameplay here by Aqua. I'm not sure that they meant to do this. KB is on fire as well. Uni is still alive. KB is looking the whole other direction, trying to angle against Elmiri. Zerd not looking too healthy. Yennefer and KB and Zerd are all gone. There goes Uni. And I'm not, again, I'm not sure. And they got taken out, but it seems miscommunication, too aggressive from Aqua, losing too much HP too quickly. And Ghosty being caught out on his own by 3 tanks. Now I have Oldschool over there wanting to kill Ventium. He's probably not going to be able to. He actually gets taken. Again a fire though. Appa having some RNG luck. Did they pray to the cat gods? The cat gods. And there we go. Svinograd takes his head off. And Appa has the game. So far we've had no MRX level 2, but we have had multiple fires in one game. I'm not sure if that counts as well. But I think that there's like, I don't know. It seems a little bit miscommunication on the pushes on Aqua's side. And Appa is just basically punishing them for that. The thing is that I've explained this in previous seasons before. When you have a match, you either have someone that wins a match or you have someone that loses a match. And the way that I mean that is someone can outplay the other and win because of that, or the other team makes mistakes and loses because of that. In this case, yes, Appa is punishing for the mistakes that they make, but in this case I feel that Aqua is making the mistakes. So, of course, Appa is winning and Aqua is losing this last game, but I meant it more like Aqua lost this rather than Appa won it. I'm hoping I'm making sense, because yes, technically, yes, of course, Appa is winning. They're punishing them for the mistakes that they make, but the fact is that Aqua makes mistakes. That's sort of what I meant here. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I could do any better, because each of these plays individually, and especially as a team, is way more OP than I will ever be. So I don't mean it like that either. I'm just calling it out where I see that was the weakness, and that's what Appa capitalized. That's the word I was looking for. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But like Ghosty being alone, that was the start of it. And it doesn't mean that Ghosty was in the wrong position. It was more like Appa sensed he was alone and they went for him. And that makes sense. Ghosty had no backup there. So now we're getting ready to go into the fourth match. And we see that Aqua is taking, it would help if we load. There we go. 2 Steves in AMX 54. 2 E5s, a VK90 and an LT. And Appa is taking 4 Steves, an IS7, a Super Conqueror and a Type 71. They've left their fast tank behind now. Appa pretty much doing fairly similar thing, going towards the base D area, but sending Uni to cap. The Steve's going to the bush to catch anyone going to the middle. And we have Zerd going into base C. Ilmiri has been spotted crossing over. Svinograd giving them that information before he decides to not be there anymore. And now again, Appa taking base D. Relatively securely, not being contested there for it. Old School has been spotted. Does take a hit for that. Might make it out without losing more than that HP. And we have Svinograd running around. Most of Aqua has been spotted in the spawn. Shots are fired, but no damage has been done yet. Aside from Old School taking the hit as he hightailed it out of there. Svinograd making sure that base A is free before going in it to avoid Appa getting too much of an advantage. But now we see the tanks from Appa rotating back towards the spawn. Zerd holding in the middle. Has to be careful where he's angled at. A has been capped. And we have Uni in the middle. Getting spotted. Not taking any damage, but neither does Zerd. And we have Ventium having been spotted as well. So they know that there's people there now. Jennifer has been spotted. Svinograd is pretty much stuck there now. And we have Appa moving in. Zerd is angling his tank differently. They want to get Svino. Ventium taking hits. Jennifer pausing as well. They did not expect Appa's forces to be here just like that. And now we have General taking it to... Oof, taking a bunch of hits. So does Old School. They are pushing. They are going after Ventium. That is their preferred target. And he is gone. Jennifer, the next preferred target for Aqua. Jennifer gets taken out. They're rotating further. Zerd deciding to angle the other way. But we have Object 3 now being pushed at. Focus fire is a bit divided here between Kitsune and Object 3, who's almost gone. Base C is being stolen though. Look at all the HP being dropped evenly around Aqua. Now we have Last is gone. Object 3 is gone. Kitsune is getting pushed. It is 7 versus 3 right now. They might lose a few guns. KB is the first one there. But there goes Kitsune. And now it's just Elmiri and Uni. And this is Appa getting caught by surprise, basically. Aqua, they were pushing into base A, hoping to catch Vinograd. I have no doubt about that. And Aqua just had their tanks there. They had their forces ready. And there goes Elmiri, killed by Svinograd. And the match is for Aqua. Also, just to reiterate, if you want to get rewards, you need to watch through the portal. You have to make sure that you are logged in, that you've got your cookies accepted, and that you have activated the timer, basically. I will stream for at least the minimum, well, I will stream the whole time that the timers are on. So that's going to be until 10 past 10, my time. CET, that is. And after that, the timers will no longer work. So even if you ask me to stream longer, it will literally not be possible. So let's see, 1 minute 20 seconds left to go before we go into the 5th match of this best of 7. No match point for either team just yet. Anything can still happen. And we have Aqua getting ready with 2 60TPs, 2 Steves, an E5, an I7, and potentially the LT in the hands of Svinograd again. Ooh, Money's also taking a Steve. And we have Appa ready with a Super Conqueror, 3 Steves, an E5, a 113, and a 60p as we get ready for Winter Malinovka. New map, new chances. So far, every time someone has won one, and then the other wins. And it's all about, basically, whoever wins the next match is up for match points. So only has to win 1 more. And whoever loses the next match has to win 2 more. Whereas the other only has to go 1 more game, basically. And that can make things very tricky, and the pressure is definitely on. Because there's like real money on the line here. What are you trying to do, Jack? If you need me to do something in the chat, just let me know. Even with 3 minutes delay, I will try to get to it as soon as I can. So here we go, 5th game. And to be fair, these teams duking it out like this, the matches being this close, is why it's fun to have both of them in the top 4. Appa heading towards the base A side. Kitsune. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky because it's gonna be, might be tough for Svinograd to get out of here alive. He gets spotted. They know he's there. They didn't hit him. He's not spotted the rest though. And he is deciding to not be there, which I think is a very good call, and he doesn't even know about the 4 other tanks that are there. And Aqua is stashing their tanks. Off, big hit into Ander there. And now Appa has the base advantage. They have the point. Svinograd jumping there. And they're losing a tiny bit more of HP. And it seems that all of Appa is down. And Aqua, there's planes flying around here. And there is being bled. Very slowly, but he is being bled and he is being spotted. And he is continuously getting shot at. And they know that Lost is there. The thing is, Ander can't get out of there. He's steadily being bled. And there's nothing they can do about that. Look at that. He's in a very tricky position. Losing more and more HP. Can't angle any different way. And this is honestly, this is clever. They can't do anything about this. And they can't move from there. Only thing they can do is push. And that is exactly what Aqua is doing right now. And that might go every which way. They have no choice. General gets set on fire in the Steve. Ender is almost gone. General is the first one gone. Ventium. Ender is also gone. There goes Ventium. Kitsune. Next in line. For Aqua's focus fire. I'm not sure Old School actually got shot by Yennefer rather than Money. Money does that go down though. It is 5 versus 3. And this was actually just, that possession did not work when all of Appa's tanks were around base A. And it's actually very cleverly played by Appa here. KB is reloading. Zerd does not get another shot in. KB does. And the only one left is Vinograd in the middle. And KB, who does get another shot in, but there he goes. And we have Vinograd still alive. If this was a random game, I would hand it to him. He would be able to do it. But as it is, there's just no way. Now I've lost arriving. Oof, he does not get to take Uni out. Uni takes him out instead. And the game is for Appa. Very well done. This is honestly like, this is such clever gameplay. Ender was just stuck there. He couldn't do anything. If any tank from Aqua, I should say, had been at base A, it would have been an entirely different story because they wouldn't have been able to find that angle to shoot him there. But because Vinograd had to hightail it out of there and Anna still went to that position, it allowed them to farm him. And basically, they had no choice but to push in. And Appa was just like, yeah, come get it. Fantastically played, honestly. One minute left to go. Potential match point for Appa now. If they win this next game, then they are through to the upper bracket. And Aqua has to go through the lower bracket. And Appa is now taking an IS-4, 2 Steves, a Sheridan, 2 60Bs, and a Type 71. For the second game on Winter Malinovka. And on the other side we see Zerd in the 215B, we see 3 E5s, 2 Steves and an LT. Or perhaps Anders going back to the IS-7. And the thing is, the position that he was in wasn't a bad position at all. It's just in this specific situation, with Appa having their tanks like that, and him being spotted, it's just, yeah, slowly being murdered. And here we go. Potential match point for Appa. If they push through now, then they've got the match and are through to the upper bracket. Also find it funny that the shadow of the whirlybird was rotating, but the whirlybird didn't seem to be. Appa dividing their forces. We have Kitsune in the Sheridan. Wanting to cross people, spotting over there. He does spot General. And Ender. And Ender might take a hit for that. Oh my god, he does take a hit for that. That was too much, honestly. Well done though by Appa. That focus fire, that being ready. Ender, they lost nearly a tank there. A is theirs and they have a slight point advantage, but they've almost lost the tank. And I'm not sure if that was worth it. And then there's now leaving that hard fought position that cost him nearly all of his life. Zerd is holding in their spawn. B is uncontested. Aqua is rotating their tanks. And they have the lower side of Winter Malinovka. But basically, Aqua might be able to take base B here very easily. KB going up the ramp to see who's there, but it's being very careful. No one is spotted right now. Shots are being fired, but no damage done. And no one spotted. Ghosty going up the other ramp here. Blind shots are happening into where they think tanks are. Ghosty's in an interesting position there, but does not spot anyone. But oh my god though. And they're losing that much HP that quickly. Oh, that shot actually hit. KB hit Elmiri all the way over there while he was unspotted. Jennifer and Ghosty are the only ones that are spotted now, so they know that someone is there. Base B is now being kept. And that mate, Uni does get spotted for it. And he does get reset, but so Zerd also takes it. Oh, he takes more damage though. It is a trap. It's always a trap. And Uni is now just hugging the building and there's no one to reset that. And it will be up to Aqua to push against Aqua again. And so far, that's been exactly what Aqua wants every single battle. And that's exactly how it's gone so well for them. And this is going to be a very tough pickle for Aqua to take back somehow. They will have to make a push. And they will have to take a risk. And Aqua will be ready for them. Whichever way they turn, they will be ready for them. And that's going to be the trickiest part of all. Because in this case, they have Ender. And Ender has lost a lot of HP. It's technically a 2 or maybe 3 shot for some tanks. And that's a big risk. We're now at 820 points. They have to move in. They have to make a move. We have Kitsune at the back, spotting to see who's there. Zerd and KB both getting spotted. Uni does take a hit for that. That Uni bounces. Ghosty losing a lot of HP as it pushes in. This is not how they envisioned this, I'm sure. 950 points. KB going into the base because they have no choice. 940 points. Uni. Ghosty gets taken out. 995. Base C has not been kept. They need a kill now, but they don't get it in time. Uni actually goes down, but the chime is already rung. It's already 1k points, and Appa has to point his through to the upper bracket. Oh my god. These games, though. Fantastically played here. The domination of Appa that last game was phenomenal. Basically, I'm trying to think of the word. Because they anticipated, that's the word. They anticipated someone would go down there, and it was Ender, and they had their tanks ready, and basically he got hit for 1700 points or something, like instantly, and that already put them at the back foot, and that allowed them also to take a bit more risk with base B, and it also meant that Aqua had to rethink their positioning, because they already had a tank that was down on HP so much. And if you look at this spread, there's not even that much damage done as a whole. Ghosty is the only one that died because they had to push. Aqua was forced to push. And Appa was just ready for it. Like I said, Appa was like, yeah, come get it. Because that's exactly what Appa has been doing this game. These games. We've seen it several times. They take that domination and then you just... The point domination. And then they just basically dig in. And allow Aqua to push against them. And then they just basically, I wouldn't say like slaughter, but it's brutal. And it's fantastically played, to be fair, by Appa. So that means that Appa is through to the upper bracket. Against the rejects. Let's see, so that's actually tomorrow. We got to see the lower bracket today, so that would be Aqua versus TQT. That is the one that we see today, and after that, one of these teams will be out of the top 4. And this is always like, I always have this thing where I'm not a fan of that. I don't like it. Because, yes, I understand that eventually there can only be one winner and that teams have to be knocked out. But all these teams have been phenomenal and I want all of them to go through. And I know that that's not realistic. But hey, you can't blame a girl for hoping. So yeah, we've got about 30 minutes left before the next matchup starts. So I'm going to be showing you some replays in between. Have some really fun ones. And yeah, should just basically spend time watching replays because I can't play PC to save my life, so I'm not going to do that. Also, by the way, with Aqua and Aqua, I'm sorry if I confuse you with the names because they do sound very similar when you say them. So let's see, Bat was also one of the top 16 clans. Liberté was in the team. And let's have a look. With 3 minutes delay is actually not nice because I see your reactions and I know about what point you're at that time, and it's actually quite fun. It's the same by I have my the stream on the portal just to get rewards myself as well because yeah, I also like free stuff on my account. But these matches though, I mean honestly. And this is Appa's strength. They didn't use back in the day, in the good old day. We had Appa, and I'm thinking about, what would it be? Maybe 2019? Somewhere like that. 2019 somewhere, 2020. Basically we had Appa playing like the CIS teams. They were very, very basically in your face and they would just YOLO rush you, and that was their tactic. The Appa that we see today has grown so incredibly much and they play phenomenally. The teamwork that goes on, the focus fire, it's really lovely to see. And also when you realize where they come from. Like, I'm not talking about clan politics or anything, but just team-wise, when you see exactly what they do and you see how they've just basically been phenomenal like that. It's the growth is just fantastic. And I can only give them compliments for that. That was a very needed kill. And it's the same though, if we look at a team like Aqua, I mean, I've seen a lot of these players around in a lot of teams so far, but if we look at, I'm going to talk about Zerd. Zerd was one of the team captains that I followed in my early years of commentating. I've been commentating since like 2016? 2016 or 17? I think 17 actually. But basically from the start of the tours where we were asked to commentate and just basically stream the tours, I've been involved with tours since then. And Zerd has been around with tours as long. And that is, I mean, that's dedication. And I'm not talking that in the bad way. I mean literal dedication. I've been to Seattle to commentate on offline, and Zerd was there as well with the team R2K. And basically he's been a caller for ages and ages and ages, and it's been always so incredible to watch his intuitive calling. And that's also something that he's really grown in with the teams that he has and the players that he has. Of course, it's not just Zerd. There's like a whole team around him. I'm only talking about him because there used to be like a Zerd curse. And that curse was mainly because of the fact that he was always like second place. But they have won. So the curse is gone, or at least it should be gone. And they can still do it. The thing is that, unlike before, and I'm talking like early tours, it's basically the whole scene has grown so much. Players have learned how to play tours. They've learned how to do this. They've learned how to work as a team and forget this themselves. Because that's also a thing. I've noticed this. The hardest part when you start to play tournaments is the fact that you do not know how to play as a team. You know too, now you know that sometimes you have people that go after... nice shot. When you start playing tours, the thing that you have to learn the fastest is basically the fact that you are no longer just a player. You are part of something bigger. You have to exchange your HP. You have to make it work together. And that means that if you need to YOLO in and die yourself for the greater good, or you need to hold a position knowing that you will die for the greater good, then that's what you do. You can't go for the damage. You have to be careful with your HP. You have to be careful with what you do, where you go, who you kill, etc. The focus fire, even if a target is not your preferred target because it's not the easiest target for you, if the target is caught, then that's the target you have to go for. It's a whole different way of thinking. And that is something that a lot of people take lightly. That is a lot harder for people to accept. And to learn. This game though so far has been absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. Little bit of bounce. Lovely kill shot. He doesn't have much time left though, that's the only thing. There he is. We can't see him. Most teams have multiple callers at this stage. When you get to the level of these teams, it's not simply about calling. There's a lot more to it than that. Ooh, he's using the speed boost. If you can get behind him though. Ooh, that might have actually helped him. This game is insane though. That STB going AFK is the worst thing that could have happened to this team. Because I'm pretty sure he is AFK. 30 seconds left. And he's probably still there in the same position. Because otherwise he would have helped. And he is literally AFK. That is the luckiest ever. Wow. Fantastic little ace here. What a game. But see, this is what I mean. Playing at this level, keeping your cool at this level. Yeah, it's happened to me. Rarely. Players like this, players that we see in the top 16, but especially in the top 4, this is normal for them. And of course, yes, you can still get wrecked because if you have a 75% win rate, you still lose 1 in 4 battles. And you will still have your new battles as well being in a bad place at the wrong time and everything. That also happens. But it's more likely that you do stuff like this. So let's see, what else have I got for you? I got a match in the Yege. Actually, no, I have a different replay that fits with that. I'm going to show you something else first. I'm going to save the Yege for tomorrow. Let's have a look. So yeah, that's basically welcome to my TED Talk. I'm also seeing some chat in the well, some stuff in the YouTube chat. And basically, if you have any questions for me, you will have to ask them in English. You are free to speak your own language, mind you, but I will not be able to understand you if it's not something that I know. If it's not a language that I know, I should say. Let's see, M60 was basically a fiasco when it first got released. I'm not sure. Someone in the chat just asked if I was normal. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I wouldn't classify myself as normal. Oh, nice tracking shot. That is the kind of assisted damage that you want. Nice, just casually capping the base and getting assisted damage. He's not even all that interested in a base. He's got a Death Star friend, that's always helpful. Oh, that missed though. Oh, and he lost his friend. Bit too hasty there. And this is also something, like level 2 just said, callers tend to sacrifice themselves just to be able to concentrate. And that is partly true. Back in the day, and I always commented on this on streams as well, it was very often Zerd that would take a position where he would be holding in a way that was needed, but at the same time, he'd almost always be the one to die. But it always worked. He was the bait. So let's see. This is basically just... When you get games on this level, I always feel so privileged at being able to spectate, at being able to commentate, and I kind of feel like unworthy. And actually recently I got praised by someone for the work I do here, and that really meant a lot. Because at the same time, I do feel a lot of people underestimate what is needed to stream these kind of games. It's not just simply talking, you have to sort of know what you're on about, and you have to sort of sound entertaining. And like I said, I'm never claiming to be an expert in any way, shape or form. It isn't like that. But I think that when it comes to calling, I'm sort of half decent at least calling what's happening and why it's happening, which is, in my opinion, my primary function as streamer. Because it's basically... I don't know. I'm not sure how to phrase this. I don't have to be epic in the way of knowing everything or any such. But I try my best to explain why I'm doing something, why I'm making certain calls. Nice shot. Why certain calls are being made, what needs to happen to get a certain result, and stuff like that. He's just looking at that direction, oh my god. I'm not sure where the 268 went though. Oh, there he is, never mind. And he's just casually farming now. And he can. He's got the... as long as they're not paying attention to him, he can do this. So now he just have the grill. He's a one-shot, so he should be dead now, to be honest. And there he goes. But yeah. I mean, tool players can be very troll and rude and instigating and all of that. But as players, I've nothing but the highest respect for them. The things that they can do in the game is phenomenal. And then you get that together with a team captain and a bunch of other teammates and maybe multiple callers. And you see the teamwork and the team play that they can do. And it's just beautiful. Level 2 just said, Important question. Did you have waffles for breakfast this morning? I actually did not. I'm horrible with breakfast. Basically, I need to take medication in the morning, and then I'm not allowed to eat for half an hour. Let's see. I'm going to show you this one. But yeah, I'm not good with breakfast. It basically makes me nauseous in the morning, so I always have a smoothie in the morning, and then nothing until lunch. So no waffles for me. So let's see. This might be the last replay that I show you. Oh no, actually we probably should have time for another one before we get the next room invite. And it's always so funny, by the way, when you have a Portal stream like this, you need to stream for a lot longer than the matches actually go for. But also the fact that you need to, you have like a gazillion people waiting in beforehand, and then when the timer starts, it drops, because for some reason YouTube cannot count Portal viewers. So anyone that's actually watching on the Portal does not get me views, as in they don't count for me for view time and everything. It's really stupid, but that's how it works. Nothing Wargaming does, by the way. It's a YouTube thing. But it's so funny, because then you start the stream, you have like 3,200 people watching, and then the time is hit and you drop to about 100, which is the people that are actually watching through YouTube. Nice. If you can get this clip in there, that would be fantastic. There we go. Beautiful. And this is different. That's also something I think that confuses people. You have auto reloaders that have a spare shell. You have auto reloaders that do not have a spare shell. The reserve shell that like the Minotaur line has is not something that is a thing for the Kranwagen and ML2. Yes, you will reload faster if you single shell, but it's not like you have a gazillion second reload if you do not. That was a split second too early. Oof. They have 2 Jaegers, oh my god. So now Ivan is going in. Being cheeky. Ooh. You could ammo rack a Jaeger if you... Oh my god, he did ammo rack a Jaeger. That doesn't happen very often. Well done. See, replays can be highly entertaining when you see them like this. You have the ammo racks and everything. But it's nothing compared to tour games. I love streaming tours. This is basically... Like, I've tried to explain this earlier this week in the tournament chat. Just how much I love tours, because it's... Like I said there too, and I said this in multiple streams before, it is the pinnacle of gameplay. This is what happens when you have a whole team that works together, that is doing their best together, that is working on tactics together, training together, and winning together. And it's phenomenal. And you don't get that level of gameplay anywhere else. Like, you have the toon play here that was absolutely lovely, but the rest of the team was just derping around, running around, and everything. And it's not saying that this team was bad, because they weren't. It all worked out beautifully. But I'm saying that you don't get that level of team play and gameplay that you do in a tour. And it's that level of gameplay that always makes me want to stream tours, and that gets me excited when I know that a new tour season is about to start. Especially when we get to the round robin stages. Because, let's be fair, I don't mind streaming qualifiers, it is fun. But when you get to the round robins, that's when stuff gets serious. And when actual, like, exciting matches happen. And we've had that in qualifiers as well, don't get me wrong. It's just a different level of serious and I don't know, epic gameplay. I love it. So yeah, let's have a quick look to see how much time we've got left. 30 minutes, that is at least another replay. Let me show you one from Ivan again. Actually, no, I'm curious about this one. Let's go with this one. Still Ivan, but yeah. Thank you, Spanky's nerd. Je parle un petit peu français, but not a lot. I just said I talk a little bit of French, but not a lot. Basically, I speak, like, Dutch is my mother language. I'm from the Netherlands. But I also, of course, English. That's sort of like my second language. It's not actually my main language. I actually, like, last week, I was talking about being Dutch, and someone was, like, so shocked that I wasn't British. And that's still, like, one of the biggest compliments that you can give me, to be honest. So, yeah. Anyway. I speak a little bit of German, a little bit of French. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. Ooh, that would have been beautiful if that went in. There you go. And now he's spotted, and he knows he's spotted, and he got spotted by the guys 4 there. Let's see, 113. Not being entirely careful there. We have the bat chat. He has to be careful not to get clipped by the bat chat there. Bat chat pulling back. Nice. I'm not sure why he's just not being careful, that bat chat. He does get spotted now. He's just casually farming. 113 is moving. And there comes the bat chat. And there goes the bat chat. But now we have... Look at me, needing help. Oh, he does still get him though. A little bit of an HE there, but there he goes. 3v3. Level Level 2 just said, that's not the record. I was expecting this stream. Yeah, true. He needs to get the IS-4 though. Whee! Let's fly! Nice. 4 kills so far. A little bit impatient there. $4k damage so far. That would be 5.5k there. I mean, he's not gonna get another shot in, is he? Oh, that poor E75 though. I kind of feel bad for him. Oh my god, look at this. I've been a bit too impatient, not using... No, he does not get another shot in at all. Beautiful game. A little bit impatient at the end. But well done. That's not even an... Oh, that's not even an ace. That goes to show how much this tank has been played since it's released a short time ago. Must have been close though, I think. Look at that. 1583 basic speeds, non-ace. Oh my god. So let's have a look. Yeah, we're less than... Yeah, it's only 3 minutes until the room is up, so I'm not gonna be showing you another replay there. We can look at things I have not done on my press account. Like the rating thingy. I mean, it's actually nice because you just get free stuff for stuff you're doing anyway. So I'm a fan of that. I like that. It's also kind of like, it looks quite cool. Like if you put it at this, I mean right now it's just doing this because I don't have a calibration here. But like it would show your rating and everything. I'm not sure I would use it because if you're using it in rating battles, then it's also gonna be showing off what league you're at. And it's kind of like, it can be very broad, but at the same time, if the average rating is, let's say 3800 and you have a 4K thingy flying above your head, then that will give away that you're one of the better players, so that will make people focus you. So that's something to keep in mind. If you want to send me replays, by the way, because that just got asked in the chat, you need to join my Discord server, and I have a channel there called Tournament Season Replays, and you can post it there if it's an ace or a very epic first class, but preferably an ace. Then of course we have this thing that's also like do stuff and get free things. One of them is credits, you get gold boosters. Basically you need to do damage. 50k damage is not that much, should be doable for most people. And it's like, it's a pretty nice animated little camo. And I like it. I mean, I'm the clan leader of the Gold Noob Association. This looks very gold and permo and lucky-ish. I kind of like it. So yeah, that's sort of like the free stuff that's in the garage. We have of course the true draws that are happening right now, so not a big fan of that. We have of course the garage. Would be nice if we get like seasonal garages. I'd like that. I'm a bit of, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a typical player though. I like my camos flashy and colourful, not realistic at all. And it's the same with backgrounds and avatars and everything. I mean, I've got a rabbit ducky now, but that's to remember my friend. One of my clanmates passed away in December all of a sudden, and we miss him every day. So I'm actually using this avatar because his name was Howard the Duck. So this is basically to remember him by. So yeah, should be up soon, just under half a minute left to go, and then we still have to wait a few minutes until I can go actually into the room. But I'm just waiting for the room invites that I can go in there and ready up. So yeah, lower bracket today, and then tomorrow we start with the upper bracket, followed by lower bracket, and then we have grand finals on Friday. TQT versus Aqua. That's gonna be epic as well. Oh, all these matches though. And I can't believe that after this matchup, either Aqua or TQT will be out of the competition. And like I said, I'm never a fan of that because I want them all to win. But these teams have fought so hard to get here, and they've earned their places, and you don't wish it on anyone. You know that someone has to lose, but at the same time you wish no one had to. At least I do. So yeah. Now we're just waiting for the time to go below 3 minutes. I think Yusuf just said, well, really thought that would have been enough for an ace. I agree, but I think that if it was supremacy, then it would have been enough for the ace. Because then the victory points for the kills probably would have pushed him over that little bit of an edge. Between him and the ace bar, basically. So I think it was really close to it, to be honest. Let's see. By the way, by the time that you hear this, you have about an hour of timer left. Like I said, the timer stopped automatically at 10 past 10 p.m. So I will stream at least until then, but I cannot extend the timers or any such. So it's a hard stop at that point. Let's see. Just over 3 minutes left before we go into the game. But now we've dropped below 3 minutes, we can actually go into the room. Of course, there's a bit more delay right there now because of the fact that OBS was derping on me. But yeah, at least now I've taken my iPad off of the Wi-Fi. Seems to have fixed it, so I think I know why this was happening at least. My Wi-Fi is steady and it likes me and it works for me, but it does not really like the whole multiple devices on it when I'm streaming, apparently. So let's see. Just above 2 minutes left to go. TQT still missing a player. Hopefully they will get one, because starting the top 4 with 6 players, that would be, yeah, let's say not good. And we have Aqua, there we go, 7 player. Aqua now ready with an IS4, 360Bs, a VK90, VK72 and a Sheridan for main runes. And on TQT side we see an IS4, a Steve, 360B, sorry, a Type 71 and an LT. I'm really glad they got the 7 player because I was worried about that for a moment. That's actually, like, we still have a minute left. I want to quickly check what score the other teams ended with. 4-1. Oof. So that's basically the feeling that TQT left with. 4-1. At the same time, Aqua lost 4-2. 4-2. But the pressure is on for both these teams, because right now they're both up for elimination, to say it dramatically. Whoever loses this is out of the tournament as a whole. And that means they will score 4th place, which is like nothing to be ashamed of. They've been epic and they reached an epic place. But everyone wants to go for 1st place, which makes sense. "17 seconds left to go before we go into the first game of this matchup. And let's see where it brings us. Here we go. A little bit of raiding camo for El Capone. And let's see. Classical not going to the middle, just like that. Svinograd going towards base C. But we have all of Aqua focusing on the base A side. We have a blind shot going into the bush in the middle there. No one is there. Svinograd is looking to see who is there, but no one is being spotted right now. But we have Nico and Performance in the middle, heading towards the base C. Svinograd getting out of there. No bases have been kept just yet. Zerd in the middle now. Not go building that you can get stuck on here. Zerd might be in trouble. Does get spotted. Blind shots. And he does take one hit, but that was more luck than anything else. Nice to be careful to glide off that hill. TQT now having the cap and a point advantage that's going to get bigger. Zerd decides to not so much YOLO in, but to go for the base and see if he can get away with that. If he can though, that would be, yeah. We have Nico arriving there to spot him. It's not going to be in time to decap it though. And Zerd does get spotted. He moves forward. But he's not without protection. We have Money and Ghosty over there. He's taking a little hit. But that was before. And now we have Classical and Rumpelstiltskin. Ooh, he does take a big hit there. But he's going to go into the base. He did arrive there. He did not get tracked. And now we have Classical moving back to the other side again. Svinegard has to be careful. Goes into the bush to spot Rumpelstiltskin. I was actually so glad that I'm actually pronouncing that right. It's apparently spelled wrong. But it's the correct pronunciation. He is Rumpelstiltskin. Massive shots happening. General taking a hit. But so far TQT not taking hits back. Aside from Ushel. But that has allowed Svinegard to get out of there. Zerd taking a big hit. We have Performance and Nico pushing KB. He's not entirely without protection. Nico taking hits. Nico now the preferred target. Zerd in the middle, losing HP very quickly. Performance. Oof, there goes Nico. He's the first one gone. Zerd is on his own now. Now we have Ender relocating to help him, but he gets taken out. They still have two bases. Performance is on his own versus KB. Does land big hits. And now Classical is taking base B. We have Rumpelstiltskin. This is clever though. Look at this. They're capping together. But base C is also being stolen. Classical still gets taken out. Money basically bypassing Rumpelstiltskin there. And they might still take the base. But we're at 860 points. They need the shots to go in. Ghosty gets taken out. So does KB. Now Money takes the hit. Rumpelstiltskin did not take that hit. 855 points all the same though. And they need that kill. Oh, that's not a kill though. General gets taken out. So does Money. And only Svinograd is left. Together with Ender. And they need to take out those one shots. 860 points. El Capone is the preferred target here. But basically that meant that Ender. Oh, he does not get it and he gets killed and that seals the deal. And the first game is for TQT. That was a no guts, no glory move. But basically TQT just positioned their tanks too cleverly there. And it did not work out. I've said this before on streams as well. When I get hyped, I get legit hyped. And I see this sort of stuff. And it is like, ooh, exciting. I cannot fake hype. When I'm actually hyped, you hear it. That's why basically I often get told that my... Well, not often. I do get told at times that my commentary is very mellow and relaxed. And that's part of why they like it and everything. But when I do get excited and you see stuff like this happening, and I absolutely love it. And that's got to feel good for TQT here. Getting that first game under the belt. And now we get ready for the second game on main runes. We have Nico in the IS-7. We see 3 VK-72s if Destined Liberty readies up in that. We have a 60p, a 215p and a Super Conqueror. Versus 2 AMX 54s, 1 Steve, 2 60ps, an IS-4 and 1 VK-72. It's exactly like that, Jack. I'm sorry, my dear. You're up for elimination. One of these teams will be, and it sucks. And let's see. Countdown clock has begun. We are ready to move in. And here we go. And there's no real pressure yet. Like, I keep saying this, but it's important to note, because when you're behind one game, yes, of course, you don't want that, but at the same time, there's not that much riding on it just yet, because there's no match point yet. So we have TQT heading towards the middle with all their tanks. And we have General playing the role of a med. And the rest of Aqua heading towards the middle as well. Nico going towards base B, does not get hit for that. He hit the rocks. But now we have him going forwards. And we see El Capone losing HP instead. Along with Old School. Nice shot into money there. And we have the 3 VK-72s. Angling in the middle. They know that they are there. Shots are happening. Base B and C are being taken. Rimpelstiltskin losing quite a bit of HP overall. Old School and Zerd are holding. And Aqua has the point advantage. Despite all the hullabaloo about around base B. Nico. God, I hate getting stuck against these buildings. I wish I could just fly through them. Nico wanting to not be there anymore. Does pay for that. But not as much as you'd think. Bit more of a hit there. And we have 3 tanks from TQT. Now all spotted. Nico very low on HP. General knowing he needs to not be there anymore. Goes across to the other side. Nico gets taken out. But TQT will take the base and Zerd has to relocate to not get hit. At the same time, we have Classical being pushed on. Aqua sensing not so much weakness as it is an advantage over here. Destined Liberty losing a lot of HP very quickly and gets absolutely obliterated. And now a Rimpelstiltskin that is going to get pushed. He manages to drop down. KB is just going after him though. And he does take a hit for that. But there's too many guns now. Big hit into Rimpelstiltskin there. KB takes him out. Old School now going after El Capone. El Capone has been gonned. He's been deaded. And now we have Ushel being focus fired here. This is the Aqua that I'm talking about. This is basically the same thing that Appa did last matchup. They sense weakness on one side and they go for it and it works out. Performance, last one alive, gets taken out. And the game is for Aqua. Beautiful game. Great focus fire by Aqua here. And I think it's actually 3 tanks going after General, the 1 tank on that side of the match. That gave Aqua their cue that they could push on the other side. Because it meant that they had at worst a 6 versus 4. So they could push Nico safely. And then they could push the VKs in the middle safely. Relatively safely, of course. But that's basically when you know where you have the advantage. That's where they push. It's always basically, it's the same thing when you start a game. You can look at your team line, and their team, and decide to either play to your strength or to their weaknesses. And when you know you have an advantage there because you know where all the tanks are and everything, you can play to your strengths or their weaknesses. And in this case, Aqua played to the weaknesses of the positions of TQT. I expect a picture of that doggo at some point level. 37 seconds left to go before we go into the 3rd game of this best of 7. And we have TQT taking 1 IS-7, 2 IS-4s, a 60p in E5 and 2 Super Conquerors to Vineyards. And Aqua is taking 2 E5s, a Steve, 2 60ps, an IS-4 in E5 and an LT. Oh sorry, I already said 2 E5s. And an LT to Vineyards. Which used to be a much more beautiful map when it had dust colors. It does still look nice and it's one of my more favorite maps. It's interesting to play on. But I liked it better when it had the other lighting. And let's see. Here we go. TQT splitting up their forces a little bit. But so does Aqua. With Svinograd going for a quick cap. Which is a good move, to be honest, because basically they have the advantage in that way. They have a fast tank. And that can make all the difference when you get games like this. And he takes the base. And now, ooh, blind shot. Blind shots happening exactly where he was. Ooh. That was awesome. And we have Aqua stacking their tanks in their spawn. More blind shots happening. No one's been spotted. Everyone is waiting for one another. Svinograd doing some reconnaissance. Spots Rimpelstiltskin. Shots are being fired. Oh, that was a blind shot. That was a blind shot. And he got hit for that. Well done. So now he's relocating again. TQT's name. That was a blind shot into old school as well. They are guessing very well where Aqua is stacking their tanks here. And that's the thing though. When maps have been played and positions are known, then stuff like this can happen. When you know you're getting spotted and no one has been spotted on one side of the map, you can guess where they are. Bushes tend to get shot at a lot. So Aqua has the point advantage. They do not have an HP advantage. They lack that by about 1.5k. Nico has been spotted. Svinograd is moving around. And Aqua is just waiting very patiently here. Knowing they need to get their advantage from being pushed and basically absorbing it. Look at the way they're just stacking their tanks and just waiting. And TQT Old School losing more HP there needs to not be there anymore. Because they can also see that the shot is not hitting the ground. Now he has been spotted. Now he's in deep trouble. He does get shot at. Does get tracked. And he decides to go down into the ditch. Which is exactly what he needed to do. Shots happening into the bush as well. Svinograd has to be careful. And now we have Nico taking the first hit. And they know that Svinograd was there. And we have TQT pushing into the town, going after base C, I reckon. We have the Super Conqueror moving in. They're going for base C. And now we have the two E5s pushing in multiple sides. So do the 60Ps. But that's actually clever. This was a bit of a trap though. Now we're going to have an old-fashioned brawl here. The Super Conquerors are the preferred targets. They want them gone. Money arriving. And Rumpelstiltskin is the first one gone. Performance now. The next in line. And it's not going as well as they thought. They're losing a lot of HP. Base A is being kept. Svinograd wisely staying out of it. Running around. It basically takes away a gun. But at the same time, it's worth the advantage that it gives them in point. Because now they're also capping base C. We're 920 points. 930. It's going up very quickly. 980 points. 950. 960. Because of Svinograd capping the base, he's also working in the middle. 990. Money goes down, and there we go. Aqua has the game on points, but oh my god, that was close though. Fantastic. Such patient gameplay, and as a streamer, actually as a player, I cannot play like that. I'm way too impatient. When I don't have a target, I just want to move in and find something to shoot. But this is exactly what I mean though. It's such patient gameplay. It's so cleverly thought out. Just sitting there. Old School here was the only one that was getting shot at because they guessed where he was. The rest wasn't even exactly where they guessed someone would be. One minute and 10 seconds left before we go into the second game on Vineyards. And we have Aqua now ready with an IS-7, 2 Steves, 2 E5s, a Super Conqueror and an LT. Versus 2 IS-7s, a 215B, 2 60Bs, a Super Conqueror and an LT. And in this case, I will say Svinograd, man of the match last game. Just because he was running around capping the base, that added the pressure. But also secured it. Like, secured the victory. Because at the end of the day, it is still supremacy. You need it to... You need the points. And they're playing it very cleverly. And let's see, here we go, countdown clock has begun. And we're getting ready to go into the fourth game of this best of 7. This is honestly just epic though. And let's have a look. TQT focusing on the... splitting up the force a little bit. Classical going for the cap. Svinograd going for the spot. And he's hugging it very close. He's doing that thing that doesn't always work out. And he might just make it out alive without losing HP for that. But he's giving them a lot of information. Svinnegat has been spotted, has to be careful now, but goes into the base to cap it. Big is into old school. The Steve's now waiting there. Nico trying to shoot Zerd. General managing to not get hit for that. Money losing HP. Oh, Al Capone losing a lot of HP very quickly there. And Aqua being hyper aggressive here. Pushing in, going after Al Capone. And there. I'm not sure if this is what was meant to happen. And they're being super aggressive here. Al Capone almost gone. Money losing a big chunk of HP. Zerd losing HP. Al Capone is the first one gone though. And now we have Rumpelstiltskin being saved by the bridge for a little bit longer. Zerd not looking too healthy. There goes Rumpelstiltskin. Money is almost gone. Svinnegat is stealing base B. Lots of low HP targets. Zerd gets taken out. Nico gets taken out as well. Sorry, classical. Zerd is actually still alive. How is Zerd still alive though? Ashol gets taken out. There goes old school. General is now alone versus 2. But it's just these two. Performance goes down. Just Destined Liberty. Trying to hug it out with General. But it's Ender that takes the kill. And their hyper aggression actually worked out. And Zerd is still alive. I really thought that Zerd was gone there, because that would have made total sense. But no. Very aggressively played, big brawl game. But it worked out. That the thing is that we've seen matches where someone does like what Svinnegat did and running around the B cap like that and get absolutely obliterated for it. It's a really no guts, no glory move. But it has made it so that Aqua is up for match point now. If they win the next game, then they are through to the next lower bracket round, and that means that TQT would be out of the tournament. One minute and 5 seconds left to go before we go to Normandy. Zerd not having picked a tank yet. But we see Aqua getting ready with 2 Steves, 2 E5s, an AMX54, a Type 71 and potentially an IS-7 versus an IS-7, an E5, a Concept 1B, a 60DP, potentially another one. No, it's a 215B. It's an E5. And Zerd is also taking E5. And Classical is taking an LT. 4 bases. Interesting that actually Aqua is not taking a fast tank here. For the early spots. And the capping bases and everything. They have a little bit of wiggle room. They can take some chances. And of course, I'm saying that even though, of course, they will have tactics for this. They will have tactics for this map with several different kinds of lineups and everything. And them not taking an LT doesn't really have to mean anything. But we've seen how important that LT, basically a fast tank, can be. So curious to see what happens here. But now the pressure is definitely on. If TQT loses any more games, then they are out of the winter season. Let's see. Classical. Going into the middle there. The plane crashed where it already was. Zerd gets spotted. But not a lot of info was given by that spot. Base D is being capped, there we go. Performance losing a bit of HP. And there. Ooh, they're just going in. Look at this. They're going after Nico. Nico's the preferred target. Nico got taken out very quickly. Aqua is just pushing in, going for the brawl, seeing if that takes them home to the top 3. Ushul, now the preferred target, old school. Ushul goes down, so does KB though. And they are turning around. We have El Capone being shot at. El Capone losing a lot of HP. Zerd has made it all the way to the corner there. Old school is taken out. Rumpelstiltskin. We have the Type 71 and Svinograd. And then, ooh, lovely double fire there. And it's General that takes him out in the end. There goes money. It is 4v2. General going after Destined Liberty here. Whereas we have Ender and Svinograd chasing down. Ooh, that was a derp. Ender actually got set on fire. You see Svin. This is communication on voice. Look at that. He hears it. He knows that that's needed. There goes Classical. And there goes Destined Liberty. And Aqua is through to the top 3. Very brutal push here. Very like... No, not YOLO. It's not YOLO in that way as in you only live once. But very... Let's just push and see if we can get it over with. Beautifully done. But I have to say also, huge commiserations to TQT. But also, you've been phenomenal this season. They've been absolutely beautiful games. And I hope to see you back in spring. Because it's been a joy to stream you as well. But congratulations to Aqua for reaching at least the top 3. And tomorrow, we get to see Appa versus Rejects. And then whoever loses that versus Aqua. So that's going to be interesting as well. But yeah, that happens tomorrow. I still have a literal half hour left before the rewards are up. So I'm going to fill that with some more replays for you. Like I said, I will stream at least for the amount of time that is needed for all the time is to be over. Portal is being kind of glitchy for me, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see what else have I got. I can show you that Jäger replay now. Let's see. Jäger was my actual first tier 10. I actually went for it for the gun sound because that sounded epic to me at the time. And it was around tier 8 that I realized that it was okay to spend money to get free XP to get parts. And it was around tier 9 that I learned that it was fine to gold the crew. I've been a gold noob from the beginning, to be honest. Well, not beginning. Because I used blah, 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 I can't word. Back in the day, I didn't understand premiums and how that worked and all of that. So I would just like not buy them. And in the end, I would regret that. I bought one and then I sold it. And at the time, you couldn't get the vehicles back. So I had to buy it again when it came back later on. There was actually the Panzer B2. I got it for 99 cents at the time. And then I drove it and didn't like it. So I just sold it after one match. Didn't see the point of keeping it. Beautiful. And now Ivan is slowly but surely moving back towards the battlefield. Let's see. They're already a tank behind. Now there's a juicy grill there. And now the egg isn't that juicy unless you see the lower plate. Oh. Tanks are driving there. And kaboof! And it still does such nice big booms, to be honest. Krill has so far not managed to really shoot yet. And they're just basically farming in the middle of the map. Which, to be honest, if it works, it works. They're not camping in the way of they having no shots and just hoping to get a target. But so far, until now, they've actually had targets. And now it's just them versus 4 soon, because that T-57 is not gonna live. And now they just need to be very careful. So now they're spotted. And he's just waiting there for them to be spotted as well. But they're not stupid. And we have the Foch arriving. Oh, beautiful fire though. Now we're in a Kolobanov situation. That might not be too good. Especially if they try to get behind him. Because at the end of the day, it is its CD. Oh, that was needed. Well done. Let's see. The tricky part is keeping that T-57 Heavy from getting behind him. That's gonna be the hard part. Because where's he gone? He was down there. I think he's on the other side. Yeah, there he is. Oh my god. No pressure. And he's actually taking that hit with the risk of not being able to get rid of the tank behind him. Taking double hits there, but needing that kill. If he manages to do this though, that would be wicked and nuts. But he's taking a good position for this. He's still getting hit though, that's an issue. There we go, now he just needs to angle and just not get penned. Oh my god! And now he needs to do it again. Oh my god, he managed to do it again. What on earth? No! No! Oh my god. This Ice 4 is gonna be so pissed. And if he HEs him, he might kill himself as well. That's the issue. Oh my god, he actually got it. What a game. That is insane. Fantastic little ace here. Very cheeky little game. I can't believe he actually won that, to be honest. I always have to be a bit patient with my laptop when it loads battle results screens. But well played. Let's see, what else have I got? You might see these replays again tomorrow, to be honest, unless I get a whole fresh batch before then. But I will just need to fill the time and make sure that all the time is on that. Let's see. I'm not too big a fan of the Death Star, to be honest. The thing is that, yes, it can be very fun to derp someone, but at the same time it's so unreliable. And that's why it's really not my thing. I tend to be very forward when I drive this tank, and I'm not sure that that's a good way to drive it, but it's the only way I like to drive it. So far, no shots have been fired. No targets have been had. I think we don't know where their TDs are, aside from the E4. But they aren't actually spotted yet, so that's an issue. He has no shots here. Ooh, there's some. If that hits, though. Oh. What on earth? That shot, though. And he's apparently feeling the same thing, like, how on earth did that hit? It's a Death Star, honestly. And I don't know he's there yet, that's also funny. Now they do. Oh, that's beautiful. No pen, but still. Good shot. And the Minotauro should be able to take him, hopefully. And that's the end of the E4. Basically, what you see with the camera shaking like that, Yusuf is on voice right now. And Yusuf doesn't talk on voice. So basically what you see is the yes and no's and the what on earth kind of reactions that he can do by just moving his screen around. There we go. 3v3. No bases have been kept. He seems to be AFK. And so now it's 2v2. Yeah, his teammate is actually still awake. I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if he's AFK or not. Oh, he does take that hit. So now he's very low on HP. And there's an E100 somewhere there as well. And he wants the T62 to spot. The thing is that he's actually got HP to take a hit. That was not good. But they're hoping to get rid of the T62 first. E100's fire, so this is basically their only chance. He needs to go. And now he needs to hope to not get shot by the E100. He's got a rock though. The rock is his friend. This basically E100 just needs to sneeze on him and he'd be dead. So this will be very, very tricky. And he can do it. He just needs to not touch that E100 at all. Whoa! High roll though. Oh, but that's depressing. What a game. Well done, Yusuf. But sorry it wasn't enough to win. That's depressing. So we've got about 50 minutes left before the timers go out. So basically, well in my case, I've lost like 3 crates based on portal being a bit glitchy. But overall it's going and I don't mind it too much. Let's see, what else have I got for you? This is, I think, the only one I haven't showed yet. But honestly, the tour matches tonight have been amazing. Absolutely loved it. Let's see. Not sure who he's talking to. Ah. This is one of those things, I know it's really good, I don't like meeting it. I haven't really driven it yet though. I should give it another chance. Let's see. No, like the single shot from this tank is really good. Oh, that's the end of him. He is losing a lot of HP very quickly though. Saving his teammate there. And see, this is the thing. That thing is so... The armor is so good. They haven't kept the bases yet either. But they're a tank behind. Teammate's almost dead. Smash is not going to be long for this build either at this stage. There goes the Mivy at least. He's just casually farming a little bit. A bit too impatient there. always like when you can just shoot the tank in the face. It's always helpful when that happens. He's just farming you. That was very needed. There are a tank behind though, and there are about to be 2 tanks behind, because that is not the way to play. Progetto in the corner. One of them is flanking around. They're still not camping the base. That would actually, like, annoy me is not the right word, because he's doing a fantastic job. But I would have tried to get the base just to troll them, just to make them peek out more. Snoopy is gone. Both TDs are over there. Oh, that's too angled. This is gonna be very tricky. If he gets it though, it's a Raz. Spaghetti actually moved. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. That's the most important kill. Yes, of course, he's the noob. Uah! Oh god, this is way too intense. Oh my god. Nerves are getting to him. Oh my god. 5k damage. If he gets this kill. And he does! Oh my god! Wow. What a game. That is ridiculous. Absolutely fantastic game. Look at that carry. 5.2k damage, 1718 basic speed, tier 8. Oh my god. Let's see. There, we've got about time for one more replay before the timers are up, I believe. Maybe 2. Yeah, let's go with this one. If I remember correctly, these games were really good fun. Of course, everyone that's watching now is really watching just for the rewards, so I'm not sure. I could say absolutely nothing, and then it would still, like, give timers and everything. But yeah. Let's see. This is funny, actually, he wanted to shoot down the tree, I think. But that didn't quite work out. Meanwhile, the family app is blowing up. We had elections today. So there's a lot of talk about, like, how that all ended. So I keep getting notifications on my phone, which is totally not distracting or anything. Let's see. This is always, I always like being in the corner on this map. Because you can farm so nicely if it works out. LT? No, LT gets to live another day. So does Conway. The bridge is too much in the way. But that is a helpful shot at least. So yeah, just a few more minutes to go. All the tool games are over for today. So just doing this basically for the reward times and all. Oof, that shot didn't pen. LT's finally been taken out. And that does it, but the 263 has such troll armor. I still can't believe that shot actually penned. It's not as insane as the shot on the grill by Yusuf, but hey. See, this is basically the same angle that you saw last game, but then from the other side, which is why it can work out really badly. Oh, nice little bounce there. We know where he is. So they're both there. In this case, I'll probably just be too impatient and just move in. But that's why I'm not at this level. Like, honestly though, when it works, it really works. Ivan can be absolutely OP. Of course, the games that I'm showing you here right now are the best ones. Which also helps. But that situation was absolutely nuts, not gonna lie. If you want me to show your replay tomorrow, by the way, make sure to join my server. There's a channel there that is called Tournament Season Replays. And you can submit your replays there. And then I will show them on stream. There we go. So we got... by the time you hear this, 2 minutes left before the timers are up. Like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. The timers are set by Wargaming. Well, by the time you hear it's probably 1 minute. About-ish. But yeah, at 10:10, the timer stopped. There's nothing I can do about that. That is Wargaming's settings on the server, basically. So my streaming for longer than that will not help, will not matter. But yeah. This was a fantastic game, by the way, as well. I'll definitely be showing Ivan's replay again tomorrow. Because tomorrow we got the same thing happening. We got two... Basically, I'm just gonna show you. Tomorrow we've got the... We're starting with the upper bracket finals. Which is... I can't even select it, you can't see that. But the matches on Port Bay, Desert Sands, Naval Frontier and Fort Despair. It's a best of 7 again. Then we have another best of 7 after that. Which is the finals for the lower bracket. So whoever loses the first matchup we see tomorrow has to go against Aqua next. And then on Friday we have the grand finals. But tomorrow we get the same thing. The time is rolling from 8 PM to 10:10 again. And basically this is what's all on the line with the prizes and everything. And of course they get camouflages and stuff. So yeah. Kind of curious what the professional fighter looks like. I'm not actually sure. So now I'm just basically wasting a little bit of time because there's only a few minutes left for you to get rewards. Well, by the time you hear this, there's probably no minutes left. But yeah, now we're just spending a little time here. I'm just basically waiting until it's 10:10 past for me, and then I will end the stream, and that you have to delay as well and everything. But the timers will already have stopped. I'm just making sure that nothing goes wrong, that the stream doesn't stop before the timers do. But yeah, if you have watched on the portal, have been logged in, the portal has not glitched, and all working fine, and you had accepted your cookies and the timers were working and all of that, you should have had 8 crates today. And you should have had them 7 minutes ago if you watched from the start. Tomorrow that will be the same thing. And on Friday there will be a little... I'm not sure if there will be less crates, but at least the timers will be shorter. So you might still get stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna get the... I've lost out on a few crates, but I'm not sure if I can blame the portal for that or my internet. I don't mind either way. Anyway, we're just looking at my garage right now. 2 minutes left for me before it's 10:10, and that means that by the time you hear that, it will be about 4 minutes later. I'm not showing you another replay. So we're just spending some time here in my garage, looking at the pretty clouds in the distance, the telephone pole with no lines connected to it, the vent over there that is smoking, the vent over here that can open and close and show... Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. And show a little ladder. Here we can see it better from this side. There you go. There's a little ladder in there and a yellow line, and we can move that. And there's a plug with a key, I think. A line at least with a key thing that is lying over there. Oh, it's a gas spout thingy, so you can fuel your tanks in your garage. And there's stuff like all stored up, and we've got Aqua and Mercy's and Serenity's flags in the background there. And this is literally just me babbling to fill the time. Less than a minute left to go for me, which means that the timers will already be up by the time you hear this. But yeah, overall though, I'm gonna call it a night here. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the fantastic games that we've seen tonight. Aqua vs Aqua, Aqua vs TQT. It's been fantastic. I am sorry that TQT is out, but there's nothing we can do about it. At some point teams have to be knocked out, but they've been phenomenal. So congratulations so far to Aqua and Aqua and Rejects for reaching the top 3. Commiserations to TQT, but you did reach top 4, which is still phenomenal. So I wish you all a very good night, and I will be back tomorrow. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all then. Good night!